happens.
Yeah. Am I too close to your neck here? Do I need?
Sorry?
Am I too close to your neck here? Do I need to move a little bit?
Well, that's
me.
There's no telling what happens when a man has a banjo in his hands.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. I want to be real close. Oh, don't be doing that.
You okay? We ready to go there, Bosie?
I think we are.
All right.
Let's do this.
Can you hear the banjo? Need more banjo, Bones. Tons of banjo tonight.
Yeah. Are you good?
This guy right here. More banjo. More banjo. Now we're talking. We got her now? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're up in North Idaho, digging railroad tunnels. I'm Patty O'Donnell, I'm on the drilling crew. We St. Paul Tunnel boys dig beneath the bitter roots. The great Milwaukee Road, that's where we be found. The St. Paul Tunnel, gonna tie the Great Lakes to the Sound, to Puget Sound. The tunnel's wet and cold, there's always lots of noise. Storms rage, we never rest, we St. Paul Tunnel boys. 20 foot a day, through the big divide we go. Drilling to Montana. Race from Idaho, from Idaho. We're mixing Greeks and Swedes, we're Finns and Serbs and Scots. We drill and blast and muck and take outs in the rock. We're drilling St. Paul Tunnel, our engines soon will wind. Milwaukee Road, Hiawatha Path, the finest railroad line. Think of Slim. Shift is over, we'll go and make the rounds. At Grand Forks we'll be in our cups, making a rowdy sound. Then girls and booze and gambling will take our hard-earned pay. And maybe too, some fisticuffs. Just for a little play. Man's gotta have some play.
That's right.
Then back to St. Paul Tunnel when we've made the rounds. We'll drill clean to Montana and knock the last wall down. And then the Gandy dancers will be laying down the track. Montana to Montana to Tacoma town and back, all the way back. We're mixing Greeks and Swedes, we're Finns and Serbs and Scots. We'll drill and blast and muck and send out loads of rock. We're drilling St. Paul Tunnel, our engines soon will wind. Milwaukee Road, Hiawatha Path,
the finest railroad line.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now we're talking.
All right, that tunnel now is a bike path. You go through 7 tunnels, about a dozen overpasses, and it's one of the 4 or 5 things that all able-bodied Idahoans should do in their lifetime. And I'm going to sing about another area you should go visit if you haven't. Those are the canyons of the Owyhee region. So this is a song that was originally written as Blue Montana Skies in the 1940s, and my friend Charlie Simmons changed it to Blue Owyhee Skies, but it only had 1 verse, so I added another verse to it to round it out. Blue Owyhee sky, where the white clouds wander over ridges high, it's the place for me. Blue Owyhee sky, as I gaze up yonder, I can realize here I'm ever free. Hear the sagebrush whisper, I'm lonely, with nothing but the wind and me. Let me ride and be,
Let me always be
in the sage and the mountain. Let me always be,
Let me always be
beneath the Owyhee sky. Owyhee skies, over canyons wondrous, shadows long at the end of day. Blue Owyhee sky, over rivers thundering, racing wild to meet the snake. The sagebrush whisper, I'm lonely, with nothing but the wind and me. Let me ride and be,
Let me ride and be
in the sage and the mountain. Let me always be,
Let me always be
beneath the Owyhee sky. Let me always be,
Let me always be
beneath the Owyhee sky. Thank you. Hey, we're going to do a song that was inspired by a memorable night in the Silver Dollar Saloon in Whitebird, Idaho. It kind of made me start thinking about what's really important in a town like Whitebird, Idaho. Nobody here is politically correct, right? Oh, good.
Yeah.
1 and 2 and 3, 4. Long distance information, get me Whitebird, Idaho. Help me find that no good gal up and hit the road. I do not know her number, but I know right where she's at. She's sitting in that white bird bar, drinking cheap beer from the tap. Hey, the last time I saw that gal, she was leaving in a huff. Took my billfold and my best guitar and other real good stuff. But worst of all, she took my dog. That's what I really mind. You can find a woman anywhere, but pointers are hard to find. Players, Sue. Old honey from the putt, taught her how to hold on quail. Grouse and chucker, pheasants too, she'd retrieve them without fail. Rode shotgun in my pickup truck, slept nights on my bed. Hey, that dog was always my best friend, as long as I kept her fed. Now, hold on just a minute, that old dog is a-slowing down. And she climbed right in that pickup truck when my woman left this town. And a cross-street litter's coming soon from the pit bull up the street. Hey, my buddy's got some little pups, hey, I'll pick one up and leave. And that's the truth. Hey, Bobby, you out there?
Bobby.
Bobby Blue.
Come on up, girlfriend. You take this mic and you raise it up.
The only standard.
Yeah.
So, my good friend John Blakely got a gig for several of the Chicken Dinner Road guys, plus Bobby, an honorary chicken.
Yeah.
That makes me a hen.
Up at Big Creek. If you've never been to Big Creek, that's another total experience. It's like going to Yellow Pine and then going an hour further beyond that. It's really quite a place. But I found this great story up there and turned it into a song. And one of the three characters in this song is I'm sure, a distant cousin of mine. I'll let you figure out and guess which one it is here. Where the dirt road ends at Big Creek for 60 years and more, a hobnail boot and bone above a hotel door. It was said to be Frank Lobert's. His body was never found in the salmon country wilderness where mysteries abound. Minnesotan Frank Lobert, in search of better life, came way out to Idaho, Myrtle as his wife. They wintered at Mulligan Creek, atop it was too cold. Up on Ramey Ridge, they'd surely find some gold. From old Pennsylvania, Walt Eastep trended west. Oklahoma and Wyoming, Idaho fit him best. For his claims up on Ramey Ridge, he hired Lobert to mine. But Walt and Frank would quarrel, trouble in no time. And up on Ramey Ridge, wolf cries rent the air. Trouble lay ahead for Eastep and Lobert. Walt Eastep got lonely up on Ramey Ridge. Myrtle longed for comfort that her husband couldn't give. It's a story old as time, and trouble still would call. One woman, two men, and a long ways from the law. December 35, Eastep stopped at Lobert's camp. The words were said, then he stepped, turned back to the door. A bullet from Frank's rifle through Eastep's head it tore. Oh, he was dead before he hit the floor. That night on Raby Ridge, a wolf pack howled and moaned. One man dead,
One man doomed, a woman
all alone. It was self-defense. Guilty he was found. The judge sent Frank to Boise pen. 5 years he was bound. Frank came back to Big Creek after serving out his time. He walked into the wilderness towards the snowshoe mine. 5 years came and went. Then a boot and foot were found. They belonged to Frank Lobert, but the body was never found. Some said a bear trap caught him. Predators took the rest. A widow, a legend of the West. And still on Raby Ridge, after 60 years went by, you can hear the wolf pack and maybe a miner's cry. Where the dirt road drinks a Big Creek for 50 years or more. A hobnail boot and bone hung above a hotel door. Said to be Frank Lobert, his body was never found in the salmon country wilderness where mysteries abound. Thank you very much. We'll do one more and we're out of here. Thank you, Bobby Blue.
Thank you, Bobby Blue. The fabulous Bobby Blue. Yeah.
So I've got to retune this banjo for this one. I know Kim Ray has heard this lecture about avoiding special tunings in banjos. So I'm going to throw him a bone here and retune while
Right.
Becky.
Yes. Well, you know, something wonderful about working with Gary Eller is that I learn so many things. He's an archivist and a historian. I'm a Midwest girl. I grew up in southern Indiana. And in southern Indiana, we know about steamboats on the Mississippi River, and we know about boat traffic on the Ohio. But I was stunned, yes, stunned, to find out through Gary that there was a very lively steamboat, traffic and a steamboat life here in Idaho on the Saint Joe River, up around Coeur d'Alene and on Lake Pend Oreille. During the week, these boats would haul ore and lumber, but on Sundays, they would turn into excursion boats, pleasure boats. Everybody after church, the women in their hats and the kids in their Sunday best, would board these steamboats and go up to go between St. Mary and Coeur d'Alene on the St. Joe River. And the St. Joe was called Shadowy Saint Joe because of all of the trees that overhung it. So Gary wrote this wonderful song utilizing banjo. It's a very, I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs that Gary's written. It's called The Shadowy Saint Joe. And it's about those fabulous Sundays in the late 1800s up through the early 1900s.
Makers gleaming, gliding up the shadowy Saint Joe. Coeur d'Alene's behind us, St. Mary's soon will find us, docked along the shadowy Saint Joe. St. Mary's folks are standing to greet us by the landings as we debark the shadowy Saint Joe. A picnic we brought to eat, then shopping for a special treat to take back down the shadowy Saint Joe. Ho, can't you see the little children waving from the shore, cheering as the steamboat whistle streams at them once more? White pines are burning, turn wheels are turning, gliding along the shadowy Saint Joe. Steamboats and banjos.
Yeah.
Goods and produce to the shore, ore and lumber brought aboard to take back down the shadowy Saint Joe. Tall trees above us, river otters make a fuss, playing in the shadowy Saint Joe. Crystal waters make us smile, Coeur d'Alene in just a while, we'll soon debark the shadowy Saint Joe. Then back to work tomorrow, we'll leave the boat in sorrow, what fun upon the shadowy Saint Joe. Ho, can't you see the little children waving from the shore, cheering as the steamboat whistle streams at them once more? White pines are burning, burning wheels are turning, gliding along the shadowy Saint Joe. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to my side chick, Becky, and my side man, Doc.